And there is 5 statements that you're never supposed to use. That means that it doesn't what happens in your life, you're never able to use those kind of statements. Today is 413 day that I come here to share lessons that I learn and I'm learning. I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, and allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'm going to speak for 1%ers, people who want to become 1%ers, because I really like the saying that there is 3 types of people: winners, people who didn't find a way how to win yet, and losers. So which part you are in? Are you a winner? Are you a person who is still trying to figure out how to win? Or are you a person who are lazy? And of course, I do not believe that there is anyone who is listening to my message is a person in the third group of losers, because losers do not look how to improve, how to become better. So let's look into how to become 1%er. And there is 5 statements that you're never supposed to use. That means that it doesn't what happens in your life, you're never able to use those kind of statements, because I have spoken with so many great achievers and they have never used those words, and they always say that you're not supposed to use those 5 statements. So I will share those 5 statements with you, and I hope that you will learn how to switch, pivot, and don't use those statements as well. The first statement is, if ain't broken, don't fix it. It's interesting because a lot of times when I think about it, it says that there is a risk sometimes to try to fix something, and it might be that you will broke the things that it was working. But if you say in this kind of saying, if ain't broken, don't fix it, that means that you might live mediocre life. Because if you're trying to, because it says that if it works well enough, don't fix it. But people who are 1%ers, who want to pursue excellence, they don't want mediocre, they don't want well enough, they want excellent, they want to make sure that everything what they're working on is great. So that means if it ain't broken, don't fix it. It doesn't work, because you need to say, if ain't excellent, we need to work and make it better. And every single day ask, okay, how we could improve, how we can make it, how make it better, how we could make sure that everything what they do is improving and get better. Now, of course, we need to understand that we need to major on major things, and if we're not supposed to care about minor things. So if it ain't broken with minor things, that's okay, you can leave it. But if it's a major thing, it's very, very essential in your life, you want to make sure that every single day you think how you can make it better. Second statement is, we have always done this way. This is always about change, because a lot of times people do not want to change, and they use this kind of statement that we have always done this way. But people do not ask why they always have done this way, because a lot of times, because we are not changing, we're not improving, we live in old ages. Those old ages, 10, 20, 30 years, maybe it made sense, but now it doesn't make sense. So that means every single day we need to improve, we need to get better. And that means when we're not supposed to say that statement that we always have been doing this way. So that means the better way to say is that we looked into that, we worked on that, and we find that there is no other way that could work better than this. So of course this statement could be great, but you may say that we always have this way, that means that you didn't look and you didn't do your due diligence. Because a lot of times when you start looking, oh, how I could improve this, you find there's some tweaks, some pivots that you could make, and sometimes you fix the bottleneck and your profits in a business or anywhere skyrockets. Third one that people use is, it will not gonna work. People prejudge things, and when people prejudge things, they do not start, they do not try. And of course, if you do not try, you're not able to achieve anything, because a lot of times people do not achieve great things because they never step the first step. But when you step the first step, you understand and realize that all the things that seem so difficult is not as difficult as they thought, because you get much more resources when you step that first step. And when you first make that first step, you're a little bit higher, you're able to see a little bit more, and you're able to get much more resources. So we're not supposed to say those words at all. We need to say that, okay, let's make it try. Let's make that first step, and we will be able to say if it will work or not. It's better to risk, because life is about risks. The more risks you take, the more gains, the more achievements, the more things that you will earn, because there is no things that you're able to earn without risk. Of course, sometimes when you pursue small risks, you're able to get small gains, but when you risk a lot, you gain a lot. Fourth statement that you're never supposed to use is I cannot afford it. I can't afford it. This statement is very used by people who are broke, because they always think through broke mentality. But when you start looking abundant way, that you're able to understand there is more than enough of money, and there's always way to make more money, then always asking questions, how I can afford it, how can I afford it. So that means that you stop asking that I cannot afford it, so that means that question is finished. But when you start asking how can I afford it, you start looking, okay, maybe I could get a job in sales, maybe I could start a business, maybe I could do something, maybe I could take a loan to start a business. Like, there's so many different ways to look where the money is, and when you start looking, you will find the answer. The only thing is start looking for it, because if you're not looking, you will never find it. Of course, if you go somewhere for looking for something specific thing, you will find it. So when you start asking how I can afford it, you will find a way. The fifth, the last statement is that you're never supposed to use is it doesn't suit me. People are always looking for opportunity that suits who they are, but broke people does that. I have met so many successful people. They always said that you need to create yourself, you need to build yourself, you need to make sure that every single day you build skills, you build your character. And that means that all those opportunities that you always used to say that it doesn't suit me, now because you created yourself, you build yourself. Because people who says that it doesn't suit me, they always believe that they need to find themselves. But people who believe that they need to create themselves and build themselves, and that means that when I look into opportunity, they said I'm not ready yet. Might be that I will need to build for a month or two, but after a few months I will be ready for this opportunity. So that means that they take first step regarding that opportunity by building themselves. Maybe some kind of books regarding that opportunity, maybe some seminars or coachings, and when they're able to improve themselves and they build themselves, they're able to go into that opportunity back and able to achieve great things. So that means if you really want to be a great success in life, you're not supposed to use any of those 5 statements, because when you start looking how to speak better, you're able to improve your life much better. Because I really love the saying that speak it, believe it, receive it. So that means if you speak positive and believe positive, you will receive positive. If you speak negativity, you start believing negativity and you will receive negativity. So we need to be very careful what we say, because that's what we'll receive. I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.